Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to another Strange Bro Jim live stream. I'm your host, Strange Bro Jim, and we're going to be continuing where we last left off with our Conceptis videos, or Conceptis puzzles. Um, just as a reminder, just in case anybody either wasn't here yesterday for the live stream, or if you were um, or if you're, catching this video for the very first time and you haven't watched any of the previous videos released on my YouTube channel, um, the majority of the puzzles that normally get during the week have been completed for the most part. Like, obviously there's some that I don't really work on, or you know, um, some I just find too easy, some I find kind of monotonous or just downright irritating. Um, some feel like it would probably take me forever to try to, work on for the most part. So, or, maybe a little difficult to try to explain. Um, this one um, can be a bit rough to, um, the reason why I don't really do this one very often is one, the puzzles can get a little difficult, um, and um, trying to explain what's going on there might be a little bit more challenging than what I can necessarily do. Now, I can try. Like, if anybody really wants me to try to, explain like Symbipix or any of the others, then, feel free to ask if you want. But for the most part, um, I don't really work on, like these puzzles here or these here. So, um, not to say that they're like completely bad, I guess. It's just ones that I'm not really that into. So, and that's perfectly fine. Like, if you want to create your own account for the Conceptus puzzles, I mean, it's a you know you can create your own free account. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you can and then you can play whatever puzzles that you want to go with. So, but we don't have a lot of time left. We have today and basically tomorrow to finish off this last puzzle that I want to do, which is the Block-a-Pix. Okay, the Block-a-Pix is a hard puzzle, and we did a little bit, a couple days ago, or yeah, 2 days ago, 30th. And then we did this much that you see here yesterday. But as you can see, there's still quite a bit that's missing. So we'll continue trying to see if we can solve it. Um, but 2 hours to get it all done. I don't know. We'll see what we could do. Hopefully I can get it all done prior to the server reset, but at the same time, if I can't, at least you'll understand, like the reasoning. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. So first thing, right off the bat, that I didn't observe yesterday is this 4 right here. Now, this 4, has no room to do a 2 by 2. Okay, has no room to do a 2 by 2. Okay, so it has to be a straight line. And well, going down and going to the left is impossible. So we're going to have to move this over to the right at least 3 times, right? At least 3 times. It could be 4, but it could be that way too. Now, here's the thing. Because we blocked and we did this, this means that this 4 right here also can't do a 2 by 2. So this one is also a straight line. And well, there's only 4 spots open for it. So that's about as much as we can do on that one. And then this 2 can only do that, which means, hey, that 4, there we go. So, so that's not too bad. I like the fact that I was able to kind of take care of all that. So now, we still have a little bit more to go here. Now, if I do this screws over the 12. So it can't be that. Same with this one. If I do that, again, this 12 gets screwed over. So either way, this and this are out. So it has to be something to do with the vertical. Now, obviously, as you can see, can't do like a line. So it has to be a 2 by 3. But I don't know if it's this 2 by 3 or if it's that 2 by 3. Either way, I need that. So with that in mind, this 8 here has to do that. It has no room to get over there. So that 4 can do that. And I mean, we got these 2s that we can work out there, but that's about it for right now. This 6 could still move over this way a little bit. But with this being taken care of, we know that this 6 has to go over 1 more at the very least. So we got that. Let's see. This 12 no longer has the room to do a 3 by 4. So either way, so we're kind of limited to a 2 by 6, which that's all we can do with that 12. So that's interesting. I'd say it's interesting because this 10 here, I mean, we could do that, but I can also do this as well, or, well, I can't do that because of the 4. And it can't do that because of the 4. So it has to be a straight line. Interesting. Okay. So that means this 6 goes up like this. This 6 has to go extend like that. This 6 only has this to go to. 2's there, 3's there. This 5 can no longer go straight, has no room for going on a vertical, so we have that. This 4 can now go by the 2 by 2 there. This 4 has no room to go but that. This 3 can only do that. Okay, this 12 really has no more room other than this. This 3 can only do that. This 4 can only do this, which cascades into these others, and there we go. Okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I like the fact that, this 4 here kind of cascaded into finishing all of that. So that's good. Now, I'm seriously thinking that this 42 is going to extend all the way out here, but I don't know. That's my problem. Now, it can't necessarily extend all the way out here because this screws over the 8. So, can't do that. Can't do that because, I mean, the 8 only has that much I can go with on that, and then that's not enough for a full 8, so most it can extend out to here, which means if it can't go any further off to the left, then that means I'm going to have to move this over to the right. But again, I don't know if I need to, if even this is correct or not. I don't really know. So I'm going to move this back over here for the time being. But I know this much is correct. So that means this 4 has to do that. I'm not sure. Okay, this 8 has to do at least that. At least that. Because it can't really do anything else. Let's see what else we got here. All right, I need to get. I forgot to open up my stage. Just in case anybody wanted to, like, listen in on me, like, live on Discord. That's available. Okay. Well, either way, even with this there, like, I can't move over 4 spots over there. So I'm going to need to move this over at least one more this direction. Now the problem is, do I move this over one more? Or do I move it over, you know, this way? I'm kind of leaning towards this one. But, you know, I'm not like 100% sure on that. So, okay. Now, let's see. Okay. We could do that. We could do that. So either way, it could be like this. A five by eight. But it could be something like that. Um, Obviously, it's not going to be able to do uh, a 6. 6 doesn't go into 45. So, so like 5 is the only one that we could do there. 4 can't go into it. 3 can though. 3 can do 15, so it couldn't go all the way out there. So, can't do anything with the 2 because it's an even number. And 45 can't go all the way across as a single. Um, so it could be, the 3 by 15. It could be, um, it could be the 5 by 9, and it could be the 5 by 9 on the others. But I think either way, I think this is like the most that we can do. Although it could be, something like that too. Yeah, so I think this is about as much as I can do right now because this is like um equivalent for all of them for the most part. Let's see. Okay. It's fine with that. So I mean, it's not much, but you know, it kind of helps, potentially like block the 16, for example, right? Now the 16, we can do, 2 by 8 and that'll work. Uh, it also has the potential for doing a 4 by 4. So right now I could think of it as, doing about that much, but here's the thing, I could also do a 4 by 4 down there or a 2 by 8 like that. I don't think there's anything I can do for the 16 at this time. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at R56 here. Um, Obviously, single isn't gonna do anything. Not enough spaces for a single wide. Could do a 2 by 28. Can't do it on the horizontal. Can't do it that direction, but maybe this direction. No. A 2 by 28 is out of the question. Okay. Let's see. 3 does not go into 56, but 4 does. 4 and 14. So, if I was to do 4 and 14, that's not possible. Not enough there. Let's see. Can do that. can't do that. Only option would be doing that then. That's the only option for a 4x14. If I wanted to try to work on, if I wanted to attempt that 4x14. So, um, so yeah, 5, 6 is out, but we have the 7 and 8 combination that we could do. So we could do that, for example, or that. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, either way, I'm thinking if we have the 4x14, like so, then we're probably going to want to do something like about there. Let's check. Okay. I was wondering about that. It could have been the 7x8. It could be the 4x14. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, this was like a common, you know, like a common ground for all the multiple values the way it is. So again, not as much knowledge that we can get out of that, per se, but it could still potentially help us, right? Because let's check out, like, for example, the 60 here. If I do, obviously, like a 2x30, not going to happen. Um, 3x20, not going to happen. 4x15, not going to happen. So this is going to be interesting now because we can't do um, you know, we can't do small values on this one. So it could be the 5 and 12 like that. Um, could be no, it can't be um 6 and 10. Interesting. Okay. Looks like this is the only option for the 60 right at this moment in time. We don't have any other options for it. Is this correct? It's correct. Okay. I was a little worried about that, but okay, let's see. 16 here doesn't have enough on the vertical to work with. Now, it could still do like a 4x4 if you really wanted to. I could also do a 2x8. So either way, I think I'm kind of limited by about that much, I think. So, yeah, okay. Now that kind of limits where this 12 goes, but the problem is that with this 12, I can go either, completely down or, up this way. But I mean, at the very least, I'm gonna have to go down like so for that. So at least we got that much. You know, will it continue going down, you know, as far as out as it can go? Who knows? Probably. But okay, this 12. Obviously, we can't do a single line with the 12. That's out. We could do a 2 by 6. We can also do a 3 by 4. So either way, I think this is about as much as I can really do right now. Yeah. Okay. 50. Obviously, can't do anything, with the vertical. Can't really do much with the horizontal. So we have 2 and 25 that we could try to do. Can we make it? We can. Hmm. That's a bit of a problem if I try to do something along those lines. Um, now, um, can't do a 3, can't do a 4, but can do a 5. 5 and 10 could do that. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much limited to about that. I don't think I can really do much more that is like concrete for the 50 right at this moment in time. So, okay. This is what I mean by, the fact that I'm dealing with very large numbers here and like I don't know exactly where they're going to be going. So I had to find the ones that like have to be there. Like, I look at all the different combinations that I can do with these larger blocks and see like which blocks are common ground, right? Like this 8, like I don't know where I can put it because it has so much common ground right at this moment in time that, I could basically put it wherever I want to and it would work. So this 8 I can't do anything with right now. So um so we're gonna just keep on working with the other values here. So obviously 69 not gonna have the singles, being able to do anything with this value. Um, 2 is not possible. We can do 3 for a 23. So um, yeah, we could do that if we really wanted to. Um, or we could do it all the way over to the side like that. It doesn't really leave much room for this 30 here, so trying to do something like this is probably kind of impossible. Um, but could do something like that. Um, let's see. Um, Okay, can't do anything with 6. Can't do... Can't do anything with 9. Can't do anything with 7. Not with 5. Not with 11. 13, no. Hmm. Yeah, I think 3 and 23 is really the only option that I have with this. So it's either this, like so, or it has to kind of go down here. But if I go down there, this cuts off the 30 there, so that's not ideal. Can't really do that. So we're gonna have to kind of move this up here. Yeah, I think that's about as much as we can do right now. So check. We're good. Okay. I was a little worried about that one because I was afraid that it might be like running into the others. But now with this in mind right now, the 5x10 that I was kind of talking about earlier is not possible anymore. Okay, it has to be the 2x25, which, well, guess what? There's absolutely no additional room for 2x25 other than what's right here, so that's all we can do. Now, this 40 is also kind of interesting because it has to be a straight line and the entire width is 40. So, yeah. So that means our 12 here is like so. Our 16 here can only do this. Our 10 can only do that. Our 2's like so. Our 6 like so. And there we go. So that's not too bad. That's not too shabby. Okay. Obviously 16 can't, do anything concerning 2x8 anymore, so it has to be a 4x4, and there you go. There's our 12. Okay. 40 doesn't have a whole lot of room, so this is really its only option. 3x4 there. 4, 4, 3. Fill these in real quick. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, the reason why I did this the way it is, here, let me kind of rewind a little bit. If I did something like this, we would have a problem. So, plus, like, I'd have to like move this one up or down, and it would have left a white space, which, doesn't really work. So, plus, you kind of want it to kind of match with what's over here a little bit. So, So yeah. Hmm. Okay. Our 30 can only do that. Yeah. Because it can either go back this way or it can go the rest out that way. Don't really know. But that's about as much as we can do with it. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, this 8 really has nowhere else to go but this, which means our 4 can only do that. Hmm. Okay, obviously we can't really do a, 2 by 18, on the horizontal or vertical. 3 by 12, as you can see, doesn't really work very well. Doesn't have enough room. 3 by 12. Could do a 4 by 9. No, not enough room for 4 by 9. So really the only thing left is a 6 by 6. So we have that. Actually, that's about as much as we can do. There's nothing else that we can do there, so yeah. Okay. A 4 can only go up to there. 3s. Okay. I mean, do that. Okay. 4 can't go anywhere other than that. Same with this 4. That 4. That's 3. For 2, 2. 2 there. 2 there. Hmm. I'm figuring this 30 is going to be out over there, and this 4 is going to be like that, and this 69 is going to be like that. I don't really see any other methods working very well with this, so. Okay. Close it down like that. Hmm. Okay, we're doing pretty good here, there, folks. We're 40 minutes into it, and we're getting really close to the end on this. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. 2x16, 2x8 still works. 4x4 still works. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, can't really do that. Hmm. Could either do that or that. Hmm. I think this is about as much as I can do with this one now. Now that I know, like, I can't really expand out any further. So, oh, nope, didn't like that one. Okay, let's move it back to the way it was. Okay, didn't like that one. Okay. Hmm. Could do that. Could do that. Play has no other options now, does it? Okay. Hmm. Okay, 12. Can't do anything on the horizontal unless I do a 2x6 or 3x4. But I could also do something like this. So hmm. That is about as much as we can do with the 12. Yeah. Okay, well, with that in mind, our 8 obviously can't do anything, vertically. So, can only do, yeah, either 8 there or 8 there. Not quite sure which way we're going on that one. I'm kind of leaning more down, but anyway, we're pretty much stuck on that one. Hmm. I don't know what to really do here. Kind of thinking, the 9s and the 8 is just single lines there, which means 4 has to go down like that. Hmm. Is that correct? That's apparently correct. Okay. Hmm. Damn it. Could be anything. Could be any one of these. Hmm. Kind of leaning towards doing this. Oh, but wait. The 12 is not going to be able to work with it, so that's not possible. What about this? 12 was wrong. Okay. Okay. Can't do the 45 there anymore, so has to do that. 16 is like so. 4 is like that. And we're good. We're done. Okay. That was whew, that kind of warped my mind a little bit. Made some scripts down here, but again, I wasn't sure like where everything was fitting and stuff like that. Um, I had to basically make some guesses down here. I felt like I couldn't necessarily find um, where they, initially like meshed with, and you know, what they could do, like, later on. Hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. This is, but we got it done. So, but that is going to be it for Conceptus. I'm not going to be. I don't really want to work on any of the other puzzles right at this moment in time, so we're probably not going to have any Conceptus tomorrow on the stream. So, um, I mean, unless someone else wants me to do like one of the other puzzles, but if you're watching right now and you want me to do like Sudoku, Kuroku, Symbipix, or one of the others or something like that, let me know. But if not, I'll probably skip out on doing anything tomorrow with the Conceptus puzzles. To be honest, I'm not really, um, you know, um, here I have about 4 more minutes. Let me at least kind of try to show the Symbipix, although I don't know if I have a source for that yet. I do not. Um, Let me see. Maybe. Oh, that opens up another window for it. Okay. Um. Okay. So keep this image in your mind. Okay, because obviously this is the solved. With the Symbipix, right? So we're going to do another window. Um, that we're going to do the Conceptus Symbipix. And then we are going to do this one, and there we go. So, um, I mean, actually, this is kind of a good way of kind of showing this, like as a side by side. Here, let me expand this window out a little bit so you can kind of see this a little bit better. Okay, so the idea for this particular puzzle here is that you have to put a line in between, um, at first you're gonna have to kind of put a line in between, like, the different circles. You know, like there's, you kind of have to separate out these two circles, for example, right? There can't be any kind of like connecting um, box to them. Okay, they cannot connect with each other. Okay, if you look over at at this image, you'll notice that each one of these circles here is in their own separate area. Now, some of them could be, single points. Some of them could be, multiple boxes, and some of them could be, fairly intricate patterns and stuff like that. Um, so that's why, whenever you see something that is like next to each other like this, you can put a box, next to it, right? Um, so like this, right? I mean, those are, fairly easy to kind of get, you know, some lines in between them to make sure that, you know, you don't have any kind of problems. Now, when you have a a circle the on two boxes, that might mean that you have something like this, like a two by, or one by two, kind of a box. But it might not always be like that. Okay. Um, you know, Let me see. Um, like this one right here, if you kind of notice, well, actually, no, that's right in the middle. Let me see if I can find, um, let me see if I can find one that actually has, um, a little bit more to it. Okay, so this one here, right? So, you would think, oh yeah, this, we can just kind of put a box around it. But no, it's a little bit larger. You see, you have this yellow one right there, right? Well, if you look here, you'll notice that there's actually, more to this than just that, double. Okay, you have a little bit more, you know, beyond that, you know, initial area there. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm, you know, I'm showing you the, the result of this, but obviously, trying to, come up with this um, isn't as simple because, yeah, as you can see, um, sure, I can put a box, a line to kind of guard against these two boxes here with this one, and same with, these two boxes with this one. But that's about as much as we can really do right now. Because, for example, this right here could, potentially, you know, look like so. Now, um, one of the one thing that you have to understand about this particular puzzle is that it has to um, the um, what you get here has to match, like, it has to be like mirrored, you know. Like if you have like one side going off on a very interesting pattern, you have the exact mirror on the other side. For example, take this one piece right down here. Um, you have these two boxes here that are filled in, right? But you have this long, you know, intricate pattern here, you know, over on this side that needs to kind of be replicated, you know, over this way. You know, the um, you know, um, so basically, let me kind of explain it a little bit better here. Okay. Um, so for example, you have your two here, right? Well, you need to have, if you have one there, on this box, you know, you need to have another one over here to kind of be that mirror image of what's going on, right? Now, for this one here, I need to have something there. For this one here, I need that. This one here, you would think, oh, that goes right down there, but it doesn't. It actually mirrors there. Okay. Then you have 3 going across here, which you do 3 here. Okay. And then you have 2, going up. So that means, you have 2 there going down. Once again, doing that mirror um, idea. And then of course, you got these 3 here that are going up. So then you have need 3 there going down. So that's why you have this very interesting, looking value here, in the end. Okay. So, but obviously, trying to get to this, requires you to like solve all the rest of them, seeing like the fact that you have, um, you know, lines in between all these, um, boxes there. Um, and, you just kind of work on developing this over, you know, over a while to kind of get to, the end picture there. So that's why, trying to explain this part here is a little it's a little tricky, and that's why it's like, you know, hard for me to um like I feel like this might be, this is kind of difficult to explain that this is part of the rules for the um for the Symbipix style. So that's all. It's one of those things where it's like, um, in some ways it could be a fairly easy puzzle, but on the other hand, it could be a really complex, you know, pattern that, can be quite, extensive with very unique mirrored patterns on the board. So it's not necessarily going to be, um, you know, uh, won't always be might throw you off. So that's why, it's one of those things where it's like, in some ways it might be fine, but on other ways it's like, that's why I don't really do, and like I don't necessarily stream the Symbipix. So because, you know, when I look at, you know, potential for a medium here, you know, oh, okay, didn't really want to show this one. There we go. So I have to, you know, make this smaller there, but you know, this can get very, it's another, fairly large one that could be like quite complex and trying to explain how, certain values might have a mirrored effect to it, might throw off other people. Like, I could have, you know, um, you know, something here, you know, um, and we do that. So like we could have like a pattern like this, for example. Actually, we can even do something like this, you know, and that could be possible right there. Like this could be, something that might actually happen, you know, in the puzzle, you know. So that's all. It's like, I could have something like this, and it will be kind of difficult to, potentially explain why, you know, we have this going, you know. So that's all. It's just one of those things where it's like, now obviously, um um another thing to note is that if you mess up, like do something like this, the puzzle isn't gonna like mark you wrong or anything along those lines. So if you like fully screw up on the puzzle, there, you're obviously, the rest of the patterns won't really work out very well. Um, but you know, there's that, potential possibility that, um, for screw ups there. So that's why I don't. This one can be an interesting one, but it could also be quite problematic as well. So that's why it's like, you know, I don't I don't necessarily uh, it you know there are times where I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and try it out, but there are other times where it's like, oh man, this is kind of racking my brain as to like where I need to go in this particular puzzle type. And there have been times in the past where, um, I do, I fill out as much as I can, and it just doesn't feel like there's, any additional information that can give me that next step to do a cascade of, solves. So that's why it's like, um, it's not exactly, um, it can be, a bit challenging, or it could be fairly easy. It doesn't feel like there's really a good in between for those kind of puzzles. So that's all. All right. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and close on out for our Conceptus puzzles. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this one. Didn't have any chatters, but that's fine. No worries on that. Want to thank anybody else that was just kind of lurking in the background. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Um, check out the rest of the playlists that I have for various games, coding streams, these puzzles, what have you. Um, check out the description for multiple links. Discord, Patreon, Throne. Got the stream team, Team Robot. That's available if you're interested in that. Um, you know, always like to see more members on there. Um, but that is going to be it for tonight. So, like and subscribe would be fantastic. Um, but yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. But until then, take care, have a good night. Stay healthy, stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.